Hey there, how are you guys? Time for our Tuesday 1 p.m. live. So hopefully you saw my post that I did in here yesterday about the lineup. I wanted to let you all know what was coming in advance because I've heard from a few people, some friends that I had added to this group a while ago that they weren't seeing it. And I had to tag them and I was like, listen, I'm in a bunch of groups too. And if it's the really important groups that give great value that I just want to see come up in my feed, I save it and I pin it. There's a way to pin to shortcuts, or just turn on notifications for all because you just don't want to miss the content that's coming at you. So, all right, so we are now in November and we are going to be talking about gratitude, right? November with Thanksgiving, usually we have like this whole theme of gratitude for the month of November. So let me ask you guys a question. And I'm sure you're familiar with it, but let me ask you, are you familiar with the law of attraction? Some of you maybe, some of you maybe not are familiar with that, and that's cool. So, law of attraction means whatever you focus on, you're going to get more of. So, if you're the type of person that focuses on, the doom and gloom, like, oh gosh, I bet it's going to rain, or oh no, I'm sure there'll be traffic, and then usually there is. Um, so, again, what you focus on just kind of happens like this weird phenomenal that the universe just brings you. Um, Another example is when you're, okay, so when you're shopping for a car, and I remember the one time this happened to me. So this is not always with thoughts and feelings. I was shopping for a car and somebody told me to look at, and I don't even remember the name of the car. It was a Ford. It was a weird looking car. I don't know. It'll come to me after this video, right? But let's just say you're shopping for a car and it's a Ford and it's like it comes in this weird yellow color you've never seen before. You've never seen this car before. And you're like, wow, how come I've never seen this before? And then the next day you're out and you see 20 of them on the road. Like, did everybody just buy one that day? No, it's the law of attraction. So what you're focused on, you're going to find it's going to be attracted to you. So if you're focused on personal development, and you're always like reading about positive outlooks and things like that, you tend to focus and see more of that. But if you're that doom and gloom kind of person, like I said, you're going to find the bad in everything because there is bad in everything just like there's good in everything, but what you focus on grows. So okay, so now that you know what the law of attraction means, I'm going to give you a few different ways for you to have an attitude of gratitude or to cultivate gratitude. Like, I think sometimes we have to focus on it in order to cultivate it, right? To have more of it. We can't just like sit back and say, okay, when is something good going to happen to me? So we have to search for it, and then once you start searching for it, you're going to find it appears just like everywhere. So as you incorporate the laws of attraction into your life, this running theme is going to appear. Like you're always going to find the gratitude or the good, the positive in most everything you do. Um, Step number one, and I hinted at this in my last video last week, was to keep a gratitude diary or a gratitude journal. I do this every morning. I wake up and, I had like this cheap book I bought in Walmart. Now I've got a real gratitude journal that I bought, but you can just do this anywhere and you just jot down 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for. So it starts your day off on a positive note. And then ideally, you would do this same exercise right before you to go to bed. So your last thoughts before you go to bed is focused on your gratitude. So again, 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for when you wake up and as you know, when you also go to bed. So you can, like I said, when I first started doing this, it was like a cheap little notebook I picked up, CVS or Walmart, whatever, and you just number it and do it. But there's plenty of gratitude journals out there now. You can search on probably Amazon or Etsy. There's, oh, the 5 minute journal. Google the 5 minute journal. That is one of my favorites now because it asks you not only what are you grateful for, but it says what can make today great, what will make today an awesome day. And then at the end of the day, you check in and say, what could I have done to make it better? So again, the focus is always on the positive. So I also do this with my granddaughter We've been doing this, I want to say, since she was 2 years old, and she's 6 now. We don't do it every day with her, but she has her own gratitude journal, and I would ask her from the time she was young, and she would tell me, and I would write it down. And I just think it's going to be a super cool gift to hand her on like her 18th birthday, and she can go back in her life and just look at all the things through the years that she was grateful for. So if you're a parent, you're a grandparent, that would be a super cool new tradition that you can start with your kids or grandkids. All right, so keeping this diary or this journal will boost your daily energy and is going to reduce the focus on the pain and reduce the focus on the negative. Just remember, you're not always looking for big events. This is not like, oh, I'm getting married. Oh, I got that job. Oh, I got the promotion. Focus, like, it's the little things that we tend to overlook and take for granted. So maybe it's, you know what, I got to spend 15 minutes on the phone with a friend I haven't spoken to in a long time. Or maybe it's, I made a really healthy dinner, and or I just ate healthy all day. Or maybe it's just I ate a healthy breakfast. Like, we don't have to even go whole day, we can just break it down into small chunks. Maybe it's I got to do 10 minutes of exercise. Celebrate that. So look for the good in everything. Maybe it's you took a hot bath. Maybe it's just, maybe there's, and I know that there's lots of things happening, especially this year. There's tons of us with out of work, maybe financial troubles, health issues. But if you focus even on, I'm so grateful for the roof over my head, or I'm so grateful for the bed, the comfortable bed, I'm so grateful for the warm coat I have. So it's not always the big stuff, okay? So the next suggestion is to practice gratitude affirmations. So now I'm going to talk about 2 weeks from now about the why you should do daily affirmations, but maybe you should practice grateful or gratitude affirmations. That's going to cultivate that gratitude more and help it to grow inside you. So um, as simple as saving, it could be as simple as saying, I am grateful and I am ready to receive the day no matter what happens. I will be grateful for all the things that come my way. I am grateful for these opportunities. Maybe you can say specific things like, I'm grateful for the relationships I have with my loved ones, the relationship I have with my spouse. I am grateful for my income. Okay, so again, daily affirmations, but focused more on gratitude so you can cultivate that gratitude and help it grow. Next, you can make a photo collage, but I'm going to keep this real simple because I'm not your artsy crafty person. If that's you and you want to do, photo collages and vision boards, kind of like that. But I have a photo album on my phone. You can title it anything you want, like happy pictures or my happy album. They're like maybe snippets of fun times you've had, or snippets of you with your family, something that's going to bring you joy. So, like, if you just like get frustrated with anything going on, you can just whoosh, you always have your phone with you, right? So you whip out your phone and you look at your pictures, and hopefully that gets you in a better mood. So it's kind of like your emergency photo album, like to shift your focus from whatever's going on. Maybe you're stuck in traffic at the drawbridge. I'm not saying to do this in moving traffic, that's even slow moving traffic. I'm not saying that. But I live in South Carolina. We have tons of drawbridges. We live on islands here. So sometimes the drawbridge is up, and I'm like, I feel my blood pressure going, because it's like, oh gosh, I got to get to this store and I got to get to this appointment. Like, take a deep breath, open your phone, flip through your little happy pictures there, right? Take a few more deep breaths, and voila, the bridge is down. You realize it's not the end of the world, and um, life goes on. So, also another good thing to have on your phone in your music. I have a dance collection. I love dance music. It makes me happy. Even if I just can't move my body at that moment, just hearing it. So an album on your phone, your favorite playlist. So if you had a really long day and you even need to sit down at work, after you get home from your daily job maybe, and you working on your side hustle, or whatever it is that you have to do, and you're like feeling sluggish and tired and you're not a little grumpy, right? Play some music. Open up your favorite playlist, play some music, dance around if you want. If you can't dance, fine, but just the music alone should just lift your spirits and put you in a better mood, okay? So, those are two tips to have on your phone. Next, you want to thank people. Um, Sounds like a no brainer, right? But let's go out of our way to thank people, not just like when someone holds the door and you say thank you. That's just normal courtesy, right? But maybe pick up the phone, write an email, send a handwritten note. That's like a dying art, right? And thank 3 to 5 people every week. Somebody who's touched your life, maybe an old teacher, an old mentor, maybe somebody who added you to this group, and you're finding tons of info, and the content is serving you and you feel great. You're like you're getting educated on some topics. Call your friend that added you to this group and say thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Maybe it's your neighbor who, I don't know, picked up your morning paper and handed it to you instead of leaving it on the wet grass in the morning. Just find people to thank 3 to 5 times a week. And I read this once where my friend, she becomes the flower fairy. So she goes to the store and she buys like 6 bouquets of flowers. Now, this doesn't have to be expensive. You can go to your nearest supermarket. Bouquets of flowers sometimes can be as low as $5 there, right? Maybe you can't even do six. Maybe it's just one or two. Maybe it's just one. Maybe it's just a single stem. You get the idea, right? So you take these flowers and you just drop them off. You bring it to a neighbor who you know maybe just had a loss or death in the family, or somebody who just got out of the hospital, or somebody who's having a really hard time, somebody who's raising a single mom, somebody who just lost their job. It doesn't even have to be that drastic. Maybe it's for no reason at all. You just want to do it because you just want to do it. So you have no idea how much you will touch a person's life just by surprising them with a single rose or a flower, or even a small inexpensive cheap bouquet. So that's another idea, and that makes you feel good. When you give, you feel good too. All right, so next, find the positive. I know this could be hard for lots of people, but if you can't find the positive, how about cut out the negative? So don't find the positive. Let's not say positive things. If that feels fake and phony to you, let's take a step back and just not say the negative. So if a negative thought comes to you and you want to like say it, stop yourself. And maybe that's all you do. Maybe you don't have to counter it with a positive remark. Let's just start where we can, right? So find the positive. If you've got some time to reflect in the morning, like I said, when you get up and if you do the gratitude journal, I have my prayer and quiet time. Maybe for you, maybe it's just you want to meditate. Maybe you just want to focus on all the positive in your life. I will say, when I first heard this concept, I thought it was ridiculous, but I also am thankful for my problems. When I first heard somebody say, be thankful for your problems, I was like, that is so ridiculous. But you have to realize if you're thankful for your problems, the problems help us grow, right? We grow from our problems, we grow from our obstacles, and we come out better on the other side. So be thankful for your problems, right? They're trying to teach you. There's a lesson in there for all of us. Um, all right, next, give back to society. So I don't know if you tithe. I don't know if you just give to charities on a regular basis or not so regular basis. That's personal. That's on you. But just like when we give, like the flowers, like I said, or call somebody up to remind them how thankful we are for their friendship, or something maybe they helped us out with years ago, an issue or a problem, but we were thinking about them. And you know what? This was a long time ago. And I know I thanked you then, but it just came to me today, and I really want to thank you again. It really meant a lot to me. So, again, that's giving back to society as well. It doesn't always have to be in the form of a check or financials. So, maybe it's volunteer work. Maybe it's just going down to the food bank one day. Maybe it's just like going through your pantry and you're like, you know what, my kids don't eat this, um, I don't know, these canned beans or whatever, non-perishable food, or a bag of whatever. My kids don't eat this, or I bought this for company and they didn't show up. Maybe it's just giving money, giving food to a food bank. That's giving back to society. So when you're thinking about this type of gratitude and you're doing something to give back to the world around you, um, it just makes you feel better. So we're giving the gift, but yet we also get a gift back. Maybe it's volunteering in a nursing home. They've been so isolated later lately with COVID. Maybe they haven't been able to have relatives visit them. Maybe it's just dropping off bouquets of flowers in there. I don't know what you can do. I don't know what's in your area, but there's just tons of things out there. So the main idea is that by making a point on reflecting on all that's good and not taking stuff for granted, because I myself, look, myself included, I'm not just preaching here. This is like reminders for myself too. Like I will forget and take so many things for granted because it's just normal. But when you stop, take a deep breath, and really focus on it, you realize how fortunate you really are, um, that you have the things in your life that you do, and that you have an opportunity to improve the lives of others. So I hope that, hey, thank you for joining. I hope that was like really helpful for you guys. Like I said, the theme this month is gratitude. And so that's all of November. Again, free videos at theguiltfreebalancedlife.com or on my website, francinerivera.com. I am here to help you, to coach you through, as a life coach, to coach you through whatever you're going through, and to make that investment into yourself, whether you want to work with me or just do my course, or just go grab your free videos. It's free. Go grab them. Let me know what you think about them, how I can improve, and hopefully my podcast will be releasing shortly, and I am grateful for that. So, all right, guys, have an awesome Tuesday. Thank you for joining in. Tag your friends who you think might find this video helpful. Um, Add your friends to this group, or let me know, and we'll get your friends in here too. We got a lot of good stuff coming up. All right, thank you, and have a great week.